The most important events that happened in the year 4 AD. The Roman succession crisis. In 4 AD, the Roman Empire was grappling with a succession crisis. Augustus, growing older and without a direct heir after the deaths of his grandsons Gaius and Lucius Caesar, adopted Tiberius, his stepson, as his son and successor. This adoption ensured a smooth transition of power, a crucial aspect for the stability of the empire. Tiberius, a seasoned military commander, was also compelled to adopt Germanicus, his nephew, further securing the line of succession. This maneuvering by Augustus highlighted the emperor's adept handling of Roman politics and his commitment to the empire's stability. The Parthian Empire's power dynamics. In the Parthian Empire, which stretched across much of modern-day Iran and parts of Iraq, there was ongoing political intrigue and power struggles. The Parthian system, where the king of kings was often at odds with the powerful noble families and regional kings, led to frequent conflicts and changes in leadership. This constant state of internal political maneuvering affected the empire's stability and its interactions with neighboring states, including the Roman Empire. Expansion and consolidation of the Roman Empire. The Roman legions were busy consolidating and expanding the empire's borders. In 4 AD, efforts were underway to subjugate the Alpine regions and further integrate them into the Roman provincial system. This expansion was not just about land acquisition, it was about securing trade routes, pacifying potentially hostile neighbors, and spreading Roman culture and governance. The rise of the Kushan Empire. During this period, the Kushan Empire, in what is now northern India and parts of Central Asia, was emerging as a significant power. The Kushans, likely of Yuezhi origin, were consolidating their control over the region, laying the foundations for an empire that would become a hub of trade, culture, and the spread of Buddhism along the Silk Road. The early Kushan rulers were establishing their authority over a vast and diverse territory, setting the stage for a flourishing of the arts and trade. The religious landscape of the Roman world. Religion in Rome was a complex tapestry. Traditional Roman religious practices were promoted by Augustus, but there was also a growing fascination with Eastern religions. Mystery cults, Egyptian gods like Isis, and Judaism were all part of the religious mosaic of the empire. This diversity was largely tolerated as long as these beliefs did not challenge Roman authority or social order. Germanic tribes in Northern Europe. In Northern Europe, Germanic tribes were living relatively independently of the Roman Empire's influence. These tribes, such as the Chatti, Charusai, and Marcomanni, had their own social structures and customs. Their interactions with Rome, especially following the Battle of the Teutoburg Forest in 9 AD, were cautious and often hostile, as they sought to maintain their independence and way of life in the face of Roman expansionist aspirations. Technological advancements. Technological innovations in areas like architecture, engineering, and agriculture were pivotal in maintaining and advancing the Roman way of life. Improved farming tools and techniques, architectural innovations like concrete, and advanced road building methods all played a role in the empire's expansion and the comfort of its citizens. The development of the Mayan civilization. In the Americas, the Mayan civilization was entering what is known as the pre-classic or formative period. During this time, the Maya were developing the foundations of their later great cities like Tikal and Calakmul. They were establishing complex agricultural systems, early forms of hieroglyphic writing, and the long count calendar, which would become central aspects of their sophisticated and highly influential Mesoamerican culture. Life in the Roman provinces. Away from the heart of Rome, life in the provinces varied greatly. In some areas, Roman culture was eagerly adopted, while in others, local traditions held sway. The provinces provided Rome with resources, manpower, and a market for its goods. The interaction between Roman and local cultures in these regions was a source of both tension and enrichment. Trade and cultural exchange in the Indian Ocean. Maritime trade in the Indian Ocean was becoming increasingly important. Merchant ships from the Arabian Peninsula, the East African coast, and India were traversing these waters, exchanging goods such as spices, textiles, and precious stones. This trade network was a critical conduit for cultural and technological exchange between the civilizations around the Indian Ocean rim, including the Roman Empire through its eastern provinces and extending as far as Southeast Asia.
Did you know? The subscribe button is like the library's version of a chocolate chip cookie. Every time you hit it, a book on a library shelf gets an extra sprinkle of fairy dust. So, if you enjoyed this video and want to sprinkle some magic, don't forget to like and subscribe to our library channel.